Hey, Warriors fans, what roller coaster this season has been so far. It feels like every time we get excited, the team slips through our fingers by just a point or two, and that sting doesn't go away. Take the latest matchup against the Clippers, for example. Watching the Warriors claw their way back from a deficit all game only to fall short at the very end. It's the kind of result that leaves you frustrated because you know the pieces are there. The effort was there, the plays were there, but somehow it still wasn't enough. That one possession, that last-second shot, it all makes the difference, and watching it slip away is tough for anyone following this team closely. One of the biggest takeaways from that game, at least from my perspective, was seeing the Warriors manage to keep their turnovers in the single digits. That is an improvement worth noting, considering how much this team has struggled with careless possessions in the past. Yet, limiting turnovers alone doesn't win games. The problem lies in capitalizing on those opportunities. Too often, the Warriors create chances but fail to convert them into meaningful points. That lack of efficiency, especially in close games, is what makes these losses feel even more bitter. Rebounding was another issue that came to the forefront against the Clippers. While the Warriors did manage to grab 40 boards in total, they still fell short by 8, and the Clippers had 2 players pulling down double digits in rebounds. Offensive rebounds in particular made a big difference, as even a few extra second-chance opportunities could have shifted the game completely. The Warriors need size on the court to compete with teams that dominate the paint, and while Al Horford and Quentin Post put in solid minutes, matching up against players like Ivica Zubac and Brook Lopez exposed gaps in the lineup. If the team wants to contend seriously, adding physical presence in the front court is a priority. Another aspect that caught my attention was the rotation choices, particularly the DNPs for Jonathan Kuminga and Pat Spencer. Kuminga, in particular, is someone who should be getting more minutes. His absence leaves a gap in the lineup, especially when the team struggles to spread the floor effectively. Buddy Hield, a proven three-point shooter, also didn't see significant playing time. That decision puts extra pressure on Steph Curry, who has been shooting below 40% from beyond the arc this season. Curry can still make those incredible shots that remind everyone why he's considered one of the best, but relying on him to carry so much of the load is risky, particularly when surrounding players aren't contributing consistently from long range. Kuminga's limited minutes are also concerning from a development perspective. Once he's eligible for a trade, the lack of consistent playing time could affect his value and readiness. Reintegrating him into the rotation, even in games like this, would allow the coaching staff to see how he fits with Curry, Draymond Green, and the other shooters, giving the team more flexibility in critical moments. There are lineups where he can be a significant contributor, especially alongside players who can stretch the defense and create spacing on the floor. His skill set should not be left idle, especially when the team is searching for balance and consistency. One positive moment from that game was seeing Coach Kerr's passion on display, even if it came in the form of an ejection after a controversial call. He has faced criticism this season for relying too heavily on three-point shooting and not evolving the team's approach enough to incorporate a stronger mid-range game. Yet, his reaction during that moment showed he still cares deeply and fights for his team. It's a reminder that despite the frustrations and setbacks, there is a drive within the coaching staff to push the players and hold them accountable. That fire, even in small moments, can be contagious for a team navigating the ups and downs of a long season. Looking at the three-point shooting in that game, it's clear that adjustments are necessary. The Warriors attempted 41 threes, but only converted 24% of them. While the team is built around perimeter shooting, relying so heavily on long-range shots when the success rate is this low is a recipe for disaster. The team needs to attack the basket more, draw fouls, and generate higher percentage scoring opportunities. Getting to the free throw line consistently is undervalued here. Even though the Warriors made 81% of their free throws in that game, the total number of attempts wasn't enough to create sustained pressure or put opponents in foul trouble. Expanding that part of their game could make a substantial difference in close contests. The rebounding and second chance points are critical elements as well. Ivica Zubac, for instance, managed 4 offensive rebounds, creating opportunities that the Warriors could only dream of matching. Imagine if the team had that kind of presence inside consistently. They could turn close losses into wins by adding 10 or 12 points per game from second-chance situations alone. This is why pursuing additional size or a player who excels at grabbing offensive boards should be a strategic priority. It's not just about defense. It's about creating opportunities that give the team a real chance to finish games successfully. Despite the setbacks, the Warriors still showed resilience on the comeback trail, even if they couldn't close the deal. Close losses like these highlight the need for better execution in crunch time. Being below .500 in clutch games is unsustainable for a team aiming for a championship run. No matter which moves are made at the trade deadline, whether it involves acquiring new shooters or adding a big man, learning to finish games and execute under pressure remains crucial. Without that, even a roster bolstered by stars will struggle to convert potential into actual victories. The conversation about trades and roster adjustments is inevitable. Ideally, the team would address its need for size and rebounding immediately, while continuing to surround Curry with shooters who can take defensive attention away from him. Each additional three-point opportunity or offensive rebound has a tangible impact on scoring and can shift the momentum in tight games. These details may seem small individually, but they add up over the course of a season, particularly when every possession counts. Looking ahead, the Warriors' path to consistency will rely heavily on how they adapt in real time. It's not just about who is on the roster or the stats on paper. It's about execution, timing, and decision-making when the pressure is at its peak. Games like the recent matchup against the Clippers expose exactly where the team falls short. It's one thing to have the talent, another to convert it into results when every possession counts. The Warriors have shown flashes of brilliance all season, but translating those bursts into sustained performance requires attention to detail in every aspect, from rotations to shot selection. Take the balance between perimeter and inside scoring, for instance. Golden State has built its identity around the three-point shot, but when those shots aren't falling, relying on them exclusively becomes a liability. Driving to the rim, drawing fouls, and creating high-percentage mid-range opportunities are strategies that can complement the team's long-range game. The numbers tell a story. The Warriors' reliance on three-pointers while converting just 24% in that crucial matchup highlighted a vulnerability that cannot continue unchecked. Without a more balanced approach, opponents with size and defensive versatility can exploit the team consistently. This is where the frontcourt composition becomes critical. Matching up against teams with strong interior players like Zubac and Lopez revealed a gap in the Warriors' lineup. Even with Horford and Post contributing, there remains a need for a player who can dominate the boards, particularly on the offensive glass, and create those extra possessions that often decide close games. The importance of this cannot be overstated. Offensive rebounds and second-chance points can completely alter momentum, turning tight contests into opportunities to build leads and pressure opponents. It's an area that requires strategic attention, not just game-to-game adjustments, but a long-term solution through acquisitions or player development. Rotation management also remains a point of discussion. The decision to sit Kuminga, particularly in these matchups, raises questions about integrating young talent while maintaining competitiveness. He has the potential to offer flexibility in lineups, especially when paired with shooters who can relieve Curry of excessive perimeter responsibility. Introducing him into meaningful minutes now would allow him to regain rhythm and adapt to different matchups before he becomes a trade asset or plays a more central role. Similarly, ensuring that established shooters like Buddy Hield get consistent opportunities allows the team to distribute scoring threats more evenly and reduces the burden on Curry to carry the offense every night. The psychological aspect of these games cannot be ignored either. Close losses can weigh heavily on team morale, and learning to manage the mental side of clutch situations is as important as the physical execution. Finishing games strongly, maintaining composure under pressure, and making disciplined decisions in critical moments are traits that championship teams cultivate over time. Golden State has demonstrated the ability to come back from deficits, But converting those efforts into victories requires sustained focus, especially when every point matters and the margin for error is slim. Free throw strategy is another area where improvement could yield tangible results. The Warriors have shown efficiency from the line, but increasing attempts can have a compounded effect. Getting to the line more frequently not only adds points, but also puts opposing players in foul trouble and disrupts defensive schemes. The team's ability to manipulate these opportunities can influence the pace and flow of the game, creating openings for both inside and perimeter scoring. Even incremental improvements in this area can make a substantial difference in tightly contested games. Looking at the broader picture, trade possibilities and strategic acquisitions will continue to shape the team's trajectory. Adding a player like Zubac or someone who excels at securing offensive rebounds addresses an immediate need while also complementing the existing roster. At the same time, acquiring additional perimeter shooters ensures that Curry is not overburdened and defenses are forced to respect multiple scoring threats. Each addition needs to be carefully evaluated not just for individual talent, but for how it fits into the rotation, impacts spacing, and enhances the team's ability to close out games successfully. Coach Kerr's role in navigating these challenges remains pivotal. His ability to adapt strategy, make critical rotations, and maintain morale under pressure directly influences the team's performance. The ejection in the recent Clippers game, while seemingly minor, showcased his passion and unwillingness to accept subpar outcomes without contest. That energy can inspire players to elevate their game, particularly in moments where focus and intensity are paramount. Kerr's decisions, from lineup adjustments to in-game coaching, will continue to be under the microscope, but his commitment to the team's success is evident, and it will be essential in guiding the Warriors through tight contests and high-stakes matchups. Even with these challenges, the Warriors have demonstrated resilience and the capacity to compete at a high level. Close losses highlight areas needing improvement, but they also show that the foundation is there. With targeted roster adjustments, strategic shot selection, improved rebounding, and a balance between perimeter and interior scoring, Golden State has the potential to turn these narrow defeats into consistent victories. Every possession, every rebound, and every shot matters in shaping the outcomes of these critical games. Learning from the missteps and reinforcing strengths will be the difference between falling short and contending for the ultimate prize. The season remains a test of adaptability, execution, and resilience. The Warriors have faced setbacks, yet the talent and potential to overcome them is clear. Focusing on rebounding, distribution of scoring, rotation flexibility, and situational execution will define their success in the games ahead. Each close contest is an opportunity to refine strategies, build chemistry, and reinforce the team's ability to close out when the stakes are highest. Fans will be watching not just the individual brilliance, but how the team operates cohesively under pressure and how effectively they translate potential into consistent wins. Momentum swings, strategic adjustments, and clutch execution will shape the remainder of this season. How the Warriors address size mismatches, distribute scoring responsibilities, and manage rotations will directly impact their chances of contending. While setbacks are part of the journey, analyzing these games provides insight into what needs to change and where the opportunities lie. Every decision on and off the court, from player development to tactical approaches, plays a role in shaping the outcomes of tight games. Maintaining focus, executing fundamentals, and leveraging strengths while addressing weaknesses will be essential for the team to convert close calls into victories. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. Shockwaves are rippling through the NBA after what insiders are calling an earth-shattering development. Giannis Antetokounmpo has reportedly given the green light for a potential move to Golden State. Sources close to the superstar suggest that the Greek freak might be ready to embrace a new challenge, and the Warriors are already rolling out the red carpet. Executives in the Bay Area are said to have doubled down on their pursuit, reportedly offering a package that could shake the very foundations of the league. Whispers around the league hint that the deal could involve multiple high-profile pieces, a combination of draft picks and rising stars that would test the limits of any front office. If true, this would not just be another blockbuster trade. It would be a seismic event, potentially redefining the balance of power in the NBA. Teams across the league are reportedly on high alert, with GM scrambling to assess how this move could disrupt their championship plans. The Warriors, fresh off their recent successes, seem determined to construct a roster that blends their championship culture with Giannis' unparalleled versatility. The thought of pairing him with the likes of Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green has sent fans and analysts alike into a frenzy, igniting endless speculation about the team's ceiling. Even whispers of such a partnership have sparked debates on social media about whether this would create a dynasty unlike anything seen before. Meanwhile, league executives are said to be closely monitoring conversations, wary of how a trade of this magnitude could set precedents for contracts, player movement, and competitive balance. Some insiders warn that while the deal is far from official, the very fact that Giannis is reportedly open to leaving Milwaukee has sent shockwaves through the NBA hierarchy. As the rumor mill churns, speculation about the financial, strategic, and cultural implications continues to dominate headlines. Fans are divided between disbelief and excitement, imagining arenas packed for years to come with the possibility of witnessing one of the most talented lineups in basketball history. The anticipation is tangible, and even casual observers can sense that, if this move happens, the NBA landscape could be rewritten overnight. For now, all eyes remain on Giannis and Golden State, as whispers evolve into speculation, and speculation teeters on the edge of reality. One thing is certain: the league has never seen a story like this, and it could be just the beginning of a new era in professional basketball. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.